Hello! Today I'm going to try to do some food photography. It's going to be very difficult because it's very different from things that I'm used to doing, so if you want to see me cook and photograph some food, then just keep watching. Hello, a little update. I'm currently trying to stylize the food in order to photograph it, and it is just going it's not going very badly. It's just not going well. It's so hard. It's so hard to try to make this look appetizing, which I didn't expect, because I mean, I would want to eat it, but I don't think it's gonna look good in a photograph. So that's kind of a problem. I also was worried because last night I didn't have enough time to photograph it because I just spent all the time cooking it because I also need to eat, so it's not fresh, and I think that's really affecting it because you can tell that like the bok choy and stuff, and like it doesn't I don't think it's gonna come across well on the camera, and I'm worried that it's just all gonna be like a waste. But I like spent so long filming my process cooking it that I just have to commit. I've already made a bowl. It just doesn't look very good. I also I just don't have enough time. I have 2 hours until I have to go to work, so I was hoping that I could try to get this done before then, but I don't know if that's I don't know. It's not looking like it's gonna go well, but I'm gonna try anyways because I'm here. Maybe I'm gonna try to add some like green onion garnish and like some sesame seeds, and hopefully that'll be good, and then maybe I can like brighten the colors in Photoshop or something. It's just it just looks a little sad, and I didn't realize, like, I don't know, maybe I should have thought more about like cutting the vegetables and stuff. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get back to trying making this food look good. That was just a little update. Yeah. Okay, here's what the bowl is looking like so far, and like I guess it looks fine. It just, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's just so hard. I'm like picking up each individual piece of food and like moving it around. I don't know if I'm being like too meticulous, if I should have just like kind of poured it and then moved it, but yeah, see, the bok choy just looks like a little wilted. I don't know, we're gonna try it out. I've committed too long to building this bowl, so yeah. I added some green onions on the vegetable side. I can't tell if it looks purposeful or if it just looks like somebody dropped them on there, because that's what I did, and I don't know how to make it look neat. And then I added some red pepper flakes and sesame seeds to the tofu, which I think helped a lot for the tofu. It adds more texture. I don't know if I should also add that to the vegetables. I'm worried that if I add it to that other side too, Dude, these green onions, I think I added too many. I don't know. I have a chopstick now. I also haven't eaten lunch yet, so this isn't good. I'm just gonna get hungry and then want to eat this, but it's cold. That looks, I don't know. This is so hard. Like, so hard. There, that looks alright. I also don't know if I should have, like, it's pretty flat on the bowl. I don't know if I should have piled it up even more. I don't know, we'll see. I've done a few shots and it smells really good. Sorry, I'm getting hungry. It's going better than I thought it was gonna go. I had to abandon the tripod because I couldn't get directly overhead and it was just kind of hindering me because I'm in a really tight space because I'm trying to use this window as the light. But that also makes it harder to adjust the composition because I can't, like, I've been using the live view on my camera and so I'll hold it over, but if I go to adjust something then it's not staying in the composition that I wanted it in, so it's getting a little tricky. I don't think I'm completely happy with this current setup. I don't know, I feel like I need to include like the plate too along with the bowl because I have like very black and white and like neutral scheme going on, and I feel like if I take away the plate the bowl is just gonna look out of place, but I don't really know how exactly I should incorporate it. I don't know, I'll just have to mess around with it a little bit more. I also don't know, I brought some green onions as another prop, but I already have green onions in the cup, so like is that too much green onion? I don't know. Could put sesame seeds in the cup. Also, I'm having a problem where like I'm trying to use a shallow depth of field because it's really dark in here and I'm not trying to make my ISO a lot higher, but then because this bowl is so much taller than those little ones, it's like only the food's in focus and I don't know if I like that. I mean, I guess it's good because this stuff isn't really important. I don't know, I could try to raise these little bowls under something. I don't know what though. I think the lighting is good. It's not like perfect, but I think I can fix it in Photoshop. I was watching a bunch of like food photography tip videos before I did this and they were talking a lot about like lighting and stuff and like only using like one light source and balancing the light, but I feel like I have a little bit of leeway if I can just edit it in Photoshop. Like I don't think I have to get the lighting perfect, which I know like isn't a good way to think of it, but since I feel like I don't have the best setup, I don't know. People need to get over Photoshop, you know. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna get back to shooting. Kind of made a mess here, but looks nice, right? Right? Hello. I think I have time for one more setup. I gotta be at work in like 40 minutes. No big deal, it's fine. But yeah, I think it is going well. I think I chose good props. I'm happy with the neutral color palette that I chose to go with. I think it works well with like the food, especially because I have like complementary like green and red colors. I think it's all looking pretty nice. Maybe I should get some close-ups of the food, but since the food doesn't look like the best, I don't know if that is the call. But we will see. I will check in with you later. See the city lights come to life. Come to life up from the night. Come to life, wings open sky. Come to life, the fire's inside. Come to life, you never know until you fly. So long, I'm gone from all the troubles of yesterday. A new song has just begun, my soul's no longer astray. There's no more sitting in the silence. I'ma keep trusting in your guidance, helping me rise above the giants, one by one by one. Come to life up from the night. Come to life, wings open sky. Come to life, the fire's inside. Come to life, you never know until you fly. Come to life. Hello, welcome back to the final thoughts part of my video. I made an outline, so I'm gonna try to stick to it so I don't ramble on. Alright, overall I'm pretty satisfied with the way the shoot went and the photos that I got. I've never done food photography before this, so it was definitely more challenging than I thought, but I also had more fun than I expected to. So it's definitely something I want to be doing more in the future. I wrote down some notes that I learned from this experience and that I hope to do differently next time, so I figured that I would share those with you right now. Okay, my first note is that I should make sure the food is fresh when I'm photographing it. I definitely did not manage my time very well, and I ended up having to cook the food and then photograph it on a separate day because cooking and filming the cooking process took way too long. And I think that you can really tell the food is not fresh in there, especially because I used bok choy, so the color just kind of wasn't as vibrant and the leaves looked very wilted, and I think that if I had fresher food it would have looked better, but I mean that was just on me not realizing how long this process is gonna take. So yeah, I think next time I would just try to really plan and be sure I can do this all in one day, or just to use food that will look better even if it's been sitting in a fridge for a day. The second thing I noted was that I feel like I should use darker backgrounds, or at least be more aware of how the backgrounds are complementing the food. I tried to do that by getting all like kind of neutral tones, like I got kind of a gray placemat and like white white cloth napkins and stuff, but from looking at the photos back, I don't really like the way the white napkin looks against the food. There are some photos where I covered like the entire surface with the white napkin, so it was on a white background, and I do not think the white looks very good. I think it kind of washes out the food and it makes it hard to just look at the food, especially because I photographed the food in a black bowl. There's some photos where I photographed them on my coffee table, which I didn't think was going to turn out that well, but I think the color and the tone of the wood really complements some of the tones on like the tofu and the red pepper flakes. And since it was deeper and like richer, it really made the food stand out more. So I think that worked really well. And I also used like the white cloth napkin as an accent in some of those photos to help like draw your eye throughout the image. And I think next time I would want to try to use darker backgrounds. The last note that I had was just to get more variety. I feel like I said this in my last video, I definitely just need more variety in shots. I did a lot of flat lays, and this was partly because of where I was photographing. I was using like my living room window as the lighting, and I just had this table. I didn't really have like a vertical backdrop that I could use to get a lot of side angle, so I was limited in that respect. But just looking at the photos all together as a group, if I were giving these to someone or if they were like going in a magazine, I would want more variety. I think next time around I'd want to try to get a better setup so I would be able to get different angles of the food. I also, the way I stylized the food, I was just thinking from like the top down. It was very flat, so the few photos that I did take from an angle, the food just didn't look that great and you couldn't really tell what it was because there was no like vertical dimension, you know? Alright, thanks for watching this video if you've made it this far. I made a video last week about jewelry photography if you want to go check that out, and if you want to subscribe, I have a couple videos that I'm planning on making in the future. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, so I hope that somebody likes watching them because I'm going to continue making them. Okay, thank you again for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!